there's something we need to talk about. It's exactly 5:39. In Ghana, it's 10:39 p.m. There's another twist to this whole thing. And the twist is simple. Mahamudu Bawumia, loyalty to friendship is very essential. Afenyo Markins. And I'll say, my relationship with Kennedy Japan remains unsoiled, but NPP comes first. Afenyo Markins say, loyalty. Ni nyonku a oni boko suata free eye Kennedy Japan no. Sa endamfofo na eda omuntemu no. Party ntumi ntitimu. Parliamentarian bia ntumi ntitimu. Presidential candidate bia ntumi ntitimu. Na oka asema kire Bawumia. In fact, he went on to say this. Or say, this is not the time to dwell on who supported who, but a time to remember who we all are as members of one big. No, let me take this again. I said, this is not a time to dwell on who supported who, but a time to remember who we all are as members of one big political party, the New Patriotic Party. Afenyo Markins say, even though your campaign Kennedy Japan, Kennedy Japan is supi in the constituency in our vote, this is not a time about Bawumia. Yebeka say, why the year campaign man wine and why the boy wine. What he's trying to say, then say, yes, I campaign for Kennedy. I put money into Kennedy's campaign. I was supporting Kennedy, and Kennedy won in my constituency. But when in BB, Bawumia we need dia. Afenyo Markins is justifying. He is trying to defend himself indirectly. Makachira must say, Mahamudu Bawumia yire, any Bawumia tonight to say they are never going to make Afenyo Markins lead the minority in parliament. Amin Adams, any Obia Bawumia ese opese o lead NPP in parliament. Afenyo Markins knows Bawumia will change him. Afenyo Markins himself campaign on Kennedy Japan, because we all know that Afenyo was campaigning for Kennedy. Afenyo wanted Kennedy Japan to lead the NPP. Afenyo has never liked Bawumia. He has never liked Bawumia's posture when it comes to politics. He had always knew that Bawumia was not competent enough to take the NPP to 2028 to win. He has been in politics for some time, and he is in parliament, and he knows Bawumia cannot win 2028. He was betting his hopes on his best friend, Kennedy Japan. That is why when you go to Afenyo Markins constituency, Kennedy Japan won 99%. So over Afenyo Markins constituency, Abana Omotoyeno, Kennedy Japan enya 99% over 600 votes. Bawumia report all, because Afenyo Markins made it clear to a campaign team, and they say he was going to invest his money in Kennedy Japan's campaign in his constituency. A minority leader, or constituency, the Bawumia na ono ye juma. Bawumia na amanfo keka se won pe na asem. Bawumia na ono ankasa enya lie bi se won pe se ono be wini akwakoye de president anase flag bearer no. The same Bawumia ya to about constituency. Bawumia reporter. It means say you devise a strategy to make sure say Bawumia be lose. And he's quick to come out today to say, it is not about who supported who. Nobody has said who supported who. Afenyo is guilty. Afenyo is guilty. Afenyo knows that Bawumia through him. And I can tell you on authority, Mahamudu Bawumia has said it. He is never, as far as he is the flag bearer of the NPP, he is not going to allow Afenyo Markins to lead the minority in power, in parliament. And there's a reason. I'll explain to you. Now, let me show you the results from Afenyo Markins constituency. And it will tell you the picture very well. Now, Saoko Afenyo Markins constituency, the reason why I tell Bawumia, ebe change Afenyo Markins ni. And there are so many reasons, but Afenyo Markins, ama Bawumia, enough reasons to change him. Oh, Afenyo Markins constituency. This is what happened there. You see? This is Afenyo Markins constituency. Abane to and Rano. Afenyo Markins. Mahamudu Bawumia only 76 votes. 76. Kennedy Japan enya 644. This is what Afenyo Markins did against Bawumia in his constituency. Kennedy Japan enya 644. Mahamudu Bawumia enya just 76 votes. 76. So you can see clearly what Afenyo Markins was doing. Afenyo Markins was confident to take Kennedy Japan be winning elections. And he put a lot of resource, a lot of money in his constituency to make sure Kennedy Japan dominated. And Nitina Kennedy Japan has 644. Mahamudu Bawumia is an ex-vice president. Mahamudu Bawumia is the former flag bearer. Mahamudu Bawumia just contested the national elections. You want to tell me, so for some reason, all the delegates in Afenyo's constituency, in less than a year, they have all decided not to vote for Bawumia, only 76. No. Afenyo Markins deliberately paid and made sure he campaigned underground for Kennedy to win massively. 644 for Kennedy, 76 for Bawumia. This is Afenyo Markins' constituency. And you know the funny thing? When the election was ongoing, Afenyo Markins was in the constituency. He made sure that the numbers he wanted for Kennedy got the numbers. So you can see clearly that Afenyo Markins never wanted Bawumia to win. And he still doesn't like Bawumia. On per Bawumia leadership. He knows Bawumia cannot win 2028. So Afenyo Markins, because Senka Kennedy Japan wini ya, Anka Kennedy will pick Afenyo as a running mate. Afenyo is Kennedy Japan's lawyer. Afenyo Markins said, ni business in no, Kennedy Japan the man is ska. So Afenyo Markins, he owes a lot to Kennedy. Afenyo Markins will never pick Bawumia over Kennedy. In fact, Afenyo Markins saw his political career brighter with Kennedy than Bawumia. Because let me tell you, Afenyo Markins, Bawumia committee, I'm making it clear, say, Mahamudu Bawumia is not ready to do what? To defend his bad record. Right now, Bawumia does not want to talk about the economy. Bawumia cannot answer questions when it comes to the economy because he has been a total failure when it comes to the economy. What they want to do now is that they want to move Amin Adams to the minority leadership. Now, what it means in the say, one, they know Afenyo Markins will never defend Bawumia's incompetence. And two, Afenyo Markins does not have economic background. Afenyo Markins cannot dilly-dally when it comes to economy statements. So what they want to do in the say, they are going to take Afenyo out. Afenyo free. Normally, Amin Adams abesho. So Amin Adams becomes the head of NPP parliament business. Now, what Amin Adams is going to do is, Amin Adams used to be the former finance minister who came to inherit Kedofurata's shit, as always. What Amin Adams' job will be is simple. He is supposed to be the one who will be answering questions on the economy anytime NDC raises economic questions in parliament. Because the weakness of Bawumia is the economy. And as far as we know, the NDC is doing so well in it with the economy. Now, until the economy gets to a point where it is below or goes below Bawumia's performance, the NPP knows they cannot make any statement. Because remember, NPP for hope in say NDC for economy the best say I could do baby Bawumia, I could form more than Bawumia. Normally Bawumia failure not justified. But they know that it is likely impossible for NDC to perform lower than Bawumia's performance. Into the umbrella we say they want to now move economic conversations, when it comes to parliament, economy once a month, then Amin Adams will come and represent Bawumia. Amin Adams will be on radio and TV, speaking as the minority leader in charge of economy. Amin Adams will be going on shows. So instead of Bawumia showing up as a flag bearer to speak on economy, which he cannot because he has failed, Amin Adams will do that job. For Amin Adams to also take a center stage and make decisions, he needs to make Amin Adams the minority leader. The front of the NPP minority in parliament, Mahamudu Bawumia has told his people that he feels the accounts disappointed him in 2024. Now he wants to have a front that basically is a Muslim front. Or per se entafo lead the NPP for no parliament. Inti Apieje will go. Sa ex-convict now, free Australia now on this account, he will go. Afenyo Markins will go. He will change the front. Majority will be Northerners. Now, when it comes to the general secretary Mahmoud Bawumia will change JFK and bring a Musa superior. Because Mahmoud Bawumia can, or say, the way the Akans and the Ashanti specifically, they disappointed him in the 2024 elections in the Ashanti region, he would need some Northerners and Muslims to lead his campaign. So in his second coming, he wants Muslims to take lead. The entire Forum Party, he wants them to lead his campaign. It is strategic places in Ninyano, or be change one of the 10-year question. The first one will be the minority leader. He will take Afenyo out and bring a Northerner. He will bring Amin Adams for Amin Adams to come and do that job. Now, you will ask yourself, Sir Mahmoud Bawumia was problem with if Mahmoud Bawumia has a problem, if Mahmoud Bawumia has a problem with the front of the NPP, now I want to ask Bawumia, is he going to change his mind on his running mates? Because this is also another conversation Mahmoud Bawumia has had with people. Besides, I want the Napo Bawumia picture. I have it. Thank you, team. The question here is, now, who is going to Mahmoud Bawumia's running mate? Is he still going to pick somebody from the Ashanti region? Is he going to still go with Napo? Because as far as we know, Upe Obia or ye campaign Parma Bawumia, Emani Winnie flag bearer we are Napo. Apart from Napo being foolish and acting silly sometimes, Upe Obia or dedicating Eddie Siwo or ye Juma Emma Edien. Emma Bawumia Napo and ye Juma Kesieba na Bawumia. Now the question here is Bawumia still going to keep Napo as Santinia or Freemanshia, or Bawumia is going to go for somebody else? Now you need to understand, the NPP as a political party, Napo represents the Ashanti region. Napo, at the end of the day, when it comes to somebody who at the end of the day gave a Bawumia vote in the Ashanti region, it's Napo. I don't expect to say Mahamudu Bawumia will drop Napo as Santiniba to go pick anybody else. In fact, he cannot drop Napo and even go back to the Ashanti region to elect another Ashanti person to be his running mate. It's an insult to the Ashantis. If Bawumia was telling Ghana for, and I know his message will be, take me back, I can correct my mistakes, then it means that he also has to give Napo a second chance. See, in Bawumia's campaign, now I'll catch the Ghana for the delegates and they say, they should forgive him. They should bring him back. They should look at him again, give him a second chance. Then it means, so delegates, 50%, as a second chance, then you have no option to go with Napo and give Napo to a second chance, because who tell you Ukraine a second chance? Me say who tell you no? Asante for party no. Asante for them Kotoma or Ashanti regional. They gave you a second chance. So why can't you give Napo a second chance? So Napo is supposed to be the running mate of Bawumia, because if you want to carve Bawumia in John Mahama's image, John Dramani Mahama, when he contested in 2020 with Nana Opoku-Agyeman, still gave Nana Opoku-Agyeman the second chance and brought her back in 2024. John Mahama ko Central Regional oko boro Nana Opoku-Agyeman opa omo chaw no de ne ma no omo de hye and o say me de ne kope 2 million aba oko 2020 we nya 2 million. John Mahama went back to the Fantis and told them, I beg you, I'm sorry, but I like your daughter. I believe I can still go back with her. I don't want to disrespect you and go take that power. Why is Bawumia thinking of changing Napo? The same Bawumia is asking for second chance, but he cannot give Asantini a second chance. Napo needs to be the running mate of Mahamudu Bawumia. Napo needs to be the running mate of Mahamudu Bawumia. Ope Obia Oye campaign Ma Bawumia in this primaries, it was Napo. And I don't see anything wrong with Napo. Napo comes from your stronghold. Napo comes from the Ashanti region. Napo used to be an MP. Napo has been a cabinet minister. Napo also have the same record as anybody else in the NDC, NPP. So Napo is more than qualified to go again with you to go and fight for that slot. anything Bawumia does or be dropping Napo, no, the Ashanti region, you need to understand, say, NPP for whom some young for. No Napo, no vote.